Joie Chavis, 3 children, 3 different fathers. This adulterous generation has no shame. I want to give all the honor, glory, and praise to the Most High Yahawah and His only begotten Son, YAHAWASHI. Double honors to my elders at Great Millstone. Peace and blessing to the 1/3 and to the confusion of faces in the 4 corners of the earth. Going right into it. As you can see, it's an article. It says, "You guys act like I just meet people and get pregnant." Social media calls out Joie Chavis, who has babies with Bow Wow, Future, and Trayvon Diggs, for creating broken homes. Now, you guys act like I just meet people and get pregnant. No excuse right here. There are 12 types of birth control. I'm just going to say that. And something that Kevin Samuels always said, no child is born on this earth unless the mother wants it to be. I'm pro-life. I'm just saying in general. Because as you see down here in Florida, all these women are trying to, what they say, vote for or something about protecting women and girls about the grape situation, which is a rarity, but that situation is dire. But because so many women use, the deletion of their children so that they can continue to live that FOMO life, I mean, people don't really take it that serious. But the point of the matter of me bringing this out is, you knew who you were having sex with. You knew exactly what you were doing. Because Bow Wow used to be a rapper. We know that he actor and everything. Future, we already know who he is. He got multiple women out there that has multiple children. And these women still sleep with these men. It's called hypergamy. And Trayvon Diggs, he's currently in the NFL. And he's a cornerback for the Dallas Cowboys. This is Matthew chapter 16, verse 4. A wicked and adulterous generation seeketh after a sign, and there shall no sign be given unto it, but the sign of the prophet Jonas. And he left them and departed. We're talking about Jonas, is talking about John the Baptist, who will actually be the prophet Elijah. And we believe through the Spirit, it was Abba Bibis who brought the sons back to the fathers. But going back to a wicked and adulterous generation, seek the sign. This is that wicked and adulterous generation. Because you got to understand. Look at this. This is it. Listen, aesthetically, she's a beautiful woman. Aesthetically, she is a beautiful woman. But she's a harlot. Let's just call it what it is. Right? A little bit, though. I'm gonna try and be respectful here. So this is her bio. All right. She was first made famous in the past her relationship with rapper Bow Wow. So what made her famous? A relationship. Because she's supposed to be an influencer or something, right? So, to my father worked at a shop, sister celebrity hairstylist. All right, she enrolled at the University of California. All right, and she had a bachelor's degree. Right now, her religion, she Christian. Yeah, she's supposed to be Christian. That's not modest apparel, ma'am. You're showing all of your décolletage. And I don't want to keep that photo up too long with her showing her, her cleavage, but her religion is Christian. I mean, the scripture says to be in modest apparel. That's not modest. And on top of that, if you're Christian, you women, the first man to have sex with you, that's your husband for the remainder of your life. You're not supposed to be monkey branching. That means swinging from one monkey branch to another, or jumping from one bed to another, or jumping from one pogo stick to another. Romans 7:1-3. Know ye not, brethren, for I speak to them that know the law, how that the law have dominion over a man as long as he liveth. That's also a cut to those who say the law is done away with. This is what Paul is saying. A chosen vessel, remember? Or read Acts the 9th chapter. Verse 2, Romans 7:2. For the woman which hath an husband is bound by the law to her husband so long as he liveth. But if the husband be dead, she is loose from the law of her husband. So in other words, what is marriage? Marriage is sex in the Bible. When a man and woman come together, they become one flesh. And the scripture says, let no man break asunder. Let no man break asunder what the Lord has brought together, pretty much. I'm just showing you the picture of baby daddy's father of her children. Anyhow, so that means that the wife has to be with her husband to his dying breath. So if you're having multiple babies from multiple men, the first man that you lay with, if he's still alive, you commit an adultery. Romans 7:3. So then if, while her husband liveth, she be married to another man, means she have sex with another man, right? She shall be called an adulteress. That's why I named this, the title of this video, Joie Chavis. So this is just not coming at her personally. I don't know this one from a can of paint, but her actions speaking quite loud, right? 3 children, 3 different fathers. This adulterous generation has no shame. But guess what? There could have been women that have dealt with men, in relationships, and had multiple children from multiple men. So scenarios can always be different. All right. Anyhow. So then if her husband liveth, she be married to another man, she shall be called an adulteress. But if her husband be dead, she is free from the law, so that she is no adulteress, though she be married to another man. Hell, all her baby daddies alive right now. Right? But anyhow, I just want to bring that out real quick. A little information. And then to go back to her. So right here, it says, just what I'm looking for. Boom. Sirach 26:25. A shameless woman shall be counted as a dog, but she that is shamefaced will fear the Lord. Now let's just break that down, people. Let's use logic. In the English dictionary, the proper term for a female dog is a bitch. And even in today's English language, women even refer to themselves as such, and their actions speak much louder than that. So in other words, this woman here will consider herself possibly a bad bitch. She may say, oh no, I would never call myself that, but your actions speak like that of one. I grew up in middle class, but like literally one street over was the hood. But they sold flips, peanuts, pickle sausage, all that. And then they had 8 balls in the bushes. That's a whole nother story. This is about 06, 07, 08. But the fact of the matter is, we knew the female dogs in the hood, they had mutts. Because what had happened is the male dog he'll come around, sniff around, she'll be in heat, and then she'll let him hit. And then she'll have a litter of a mixture of mutts. That's why people, when they breed dogs, they want to breed them purely. That's why they'll keep the female dog away from other male dogs, because they don't want her to get a bad litter. It will destroy her genes. And nobody's gonna buy a mudded out pit bull. Even when people are breeding pit bulls, y'all, let that sink in. Even when they're breeding pit bulls, they don't even want to have the mutts. They don't even want to sell the mutts. They'll give them away. Think about that. So these women out here are mixing these men's seeds all in their fields, and they're polluting themselves. Matter of fact, it reminds me of, what's that, Amos 3:1? It says thou hast played the harlot. No, Jeremiah. I think it's Jeremiah. It said we have played the harlot with many lovers. And that's talking about the nation of Israel. Lord is so poetic. Listen to this, y'all. Jeremiah 3:1. They say if a man put away his wife, that means divorce, and she go from him and become another man's wife, that means now she lays down with him. Shall he return to her again? In other words, why would you want that? Shall not the land be greatly polluted? And remember, there's also a saying amongst the 5%ers. They'll say that the Eve is my earth. Well, what does a man do? He plow. the woman, when he having sex, he's breaking down the soil, loosening up the soil. All right. And then he ejaculates his seed, which is his semen, into the woman. And then the egg gets fertilized, and then comes the process of the fetus, and you have the trimesters and things of that nature, right? It's no different than planting seeds in the field. And you know what they tell you? You don't mix feeds. You don't mix the same seeds in the same field. You have your corn over here. You have a squash over there. You have your collard greens over there. Why? Because every seed has their own genetic makeup. That's why when you go inside these stores, like I like Fuji apples, but they're hybrids. What does that mean? They mean that they crossbred. It's not a natural apple. Like, think about the bananas we eat today. There's no seeds in them. So where the hell are they coming from? That'd be like that's like somebody being born without having a birthmark. Think about that. The Lord made it to where everybody has a birthmark. Why is that? I mean, because today the Lord knew that men were going to create androids and stuff. Man, the Lord is cold, man. Hold on about QADASH. Anyway, let's get back to it. You're not supposed to be mixing your seeds. So read again, Jeremiah 3:1. They say, if a man put away his wife and she go from him and become another man's, shall he return unto her again? I couldn't do it because I know what it's like to bond. When I dancing in the sheets with a woman, so like dancing in the sheets with a woman, you're bonding your spirits. You're tethering your spirits. You're giving something of yourself and you're taking something from her, and it's vice versa. Now, for her to go and do that with another man, how sensual, how important, how much passion, how much of a frequency were we on to where somebody else you just met can do the same thing? I couldn't go back to that. I couldn't. Anyways, and not that land be greatly polluted, but thou hast played the harlot with many lovers, yet return again to me, saith the Lord. So the Lord said, listen, you follow after many idols and gods, but still come back to me. Why? Because the Lord said, the nation of Israel, we are betrothed unto him. What does betrothed mean? Betrothed, that's a beautiful, it's a lesson about the marriage. Betrothed means engaged. Like, have you ever heard the stories of, my fiance is gonna such and such and such. Oh, so when you gonna get married? Oh, soon. So how long you been engaged? For 5 years? Oh, he ain't gonna marry you, right? But we engaged to the Lord because the bridegroom YAHAWASHI is on his way back. Remember, this is so beautiful. See, she don't turn this into a beautiful lesson. Remember what the Lord said? The Lord said to go to the highways and byways and bid them to the marriage. So right now we're betrothed to the Lord. When the Lord comes back and we all are changed, that's going to be the beginning of the marriage. And this is beautiful. I speak as a man, and like us getting the kingdom of heaven and gathering, that's kind of be, man, listen here. Think about it. I'm just saying, can you imagine, like, this is a beautiful woman. Imagine having a life with her and children and she wants to leave you. You'll be distraught. And then to see another man cuddling with her, kissing on her, touching her, she giggling and laughing. Because, women, they will bond to a man that give them the butterflies. They make them feel uneasy, uncertain, unsure about herself. That doesn't mean that man's being malicious. That doesn't mean that man doesn't care love. That means that she's on her P's and Q's. A prime example was my ex Eve. I asked her one day, I said, are you afraid of me? Just to ask her. And she kind of paused and said, yes. And me, I kind of got offended. I said, why? I said, we don't argue. I've never hit you. Like, what are you talking about? She said, because I'm afraid of disappointing you. That humbled me. That's what you call reverence. That's what you call reverence. Nonetheless, though, let's get back to it. So that's how the Lord feel about us. The Lord want us to fear him. The Lord want us to love him and come back to him. Matter of fact, Jeremiah 3:8. And I saw when for all causes whereby backsliding Israel committed adultery, I had put her away and given her a bill of divorce. Yet her treacherous sister Judah, Israel is the northern kingdom, Judah will be the southern kingdom, feared not, but went and played the harlot also. And it came to pass through the likeness of a whoredom that she defiled the land and committed adultery with stones and with stocks. See, so the Lord is, this is beautiful. This is poetic. The Lord is saying that we committed spiritual fornication by worshiping other gods. Remember, jealousy is the rage of a man. That made the Lord jealous. So, so when we say, people ask, why would God do such a thing to his people? Well, jealousy is the rage of a man. We are the Lord's wife, and we committed spiritual fornication. That's like committing adultery. There's no, there has been cases where men have murdered their wife in their affair. You know, they call it a crime of passion, and they got off. Because jealousy truly is the rage of a man. That was a crime of passion, right? This is a crime of the passion of Mashiach. Passion means to be fervent. It's like when I was young, I used to get my behind whooped. It did not feel good at all. But as I grew older, it lets me know in life there are consequences for when you do wrong. Is there many ways of teaching that? Yeah, there have been many ways that I've been taught. But that right there was the last straw for me. I knew if I got a whooping, it's because I know I was disobedient because I wasn't doing something I was supposed to do, or vice versa. Same thing with the Lord. The Lord's merciful. That's why he has not gotten rid of us. Yeah, he turned his back, but he has not gotten rid of us. I know. He has not gotten rid of us, all right? Anyhow, I was supposed to bring out some precepts too about how these men be falling for women too. You got to keep your composure as well, because you can't just be loose with your seed and shooting it everywhere. You can't just be shooting up all these damn clubs and shit and not paying your tab. You like that one? So this is Sirach chapter 9, verse 2 through 3, and verse 6 and verse 8, and I'm going to close out. Give not thy soul, and this is also a part of the Apocrypha, Ecclesiasticus, or the book of Sirach. Give not thy soul unto a woman to set her foot upon thy substance. How does a man give his soul unto a woman? Your seed. Your seed. Your soul is your seed, really. For real. Meet not with an harlot. Lest thou fall into her snares. What is her snare? That Pandora box between her legs. That's the snare. All right, not that goofy got. The snare is really down. That's why when she said, "You guys act like I just meet people and get pregnant," well, I went right down. I said, "How many forms of birth control?" By over 12. All right. Anyways, so Sirach 9 and 6. I'm about to close out. Give not thy soul unto harlot, that thou lose thy inheritance. What? Think about Salakia. Think about all the people, well, the women right now, really, that's really infuriated about the no alimony, right? Because according to the law, if your woman go not the way that you want her to, then you will write her bill of divorce and she'll leave with nothing. You want to know why it's supposed to be that way? Because the father's supposed to give his daughter to a man of understanding and a man of substance, and he will pay a dowry. So technically, you already paid for, madame. So you leave with nothing. Because you already been bought and for. You don't understand. Women, you don't understand. You are property. But property must be kept. So you women talking about being a stay-at-home wife, that's the craziest thing ever. Your duty on this earth is to be a mother and a wife. Period. Stay-at-home wife. That's funny. You're a traveling wife. You're supposed to be at the house anyway. It's just an oxymoron. I'm a stay-at-home wife. Oh, I'm an aquatic fish. Huh? Anyways. Don't start getting all anal on me. Well, technically there are some fish that can live out the water. Yeah, whatever. All right. Well, that right there could be an outlier, but that doesn't, make the rule. Anyhow, let me stop. I'm talking too much. Sirach 9 and 8. Turn away thine eye from a beautiful woman, and look not upon another's beauty. For many have been deceived by the beauty of a woman, for herewith love is kindled as a fire. And the reason why I like bringing that one out too, because there's also a scripture in First Esdras 4, forgive me. First Esdras 4 and 26, where it says, many have run out of their wits for women. Adam's fall, Eve, King Solomon's fall, 300 concubines making altars to all of their gods. What was Samson's fall? The woman. King David, though he committed it, what was his fall? The woman, the weakness of a woman. All of that. Understand? You listen. A woman's greatest attribute is her femininity. But a woman's greatest weapon is manipulation. That's how they survive. So with that being said, I pray you was edifying, fed, stay in the spirit, don't fear, just endure it. Ask for forgiveness, pray without ceasing, stay humble, remain diligent, Kwame Sha'Allah, Mufla Babal, Shalom.